Me, Skip, I think Floyd just look. Floyd, you done made enough money.
Things didn't go right. Took a loss. I took a heavy loss, actually. But nothing can hold me back.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
Dude.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back after hearing Mayweather went bankrupt from a $42 million scam. He expressed deep disappointment, noting that all legal steps, including state and federal requirements, were followed. Sharpe believes Mayweather should have taken responsibility and personally verified everything, stressing that someone of his stature must be more careful with financial decisions to prevent such huge losses.
The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.
In response to growing backlash, Mayweather shared his mindset about wealth, clarifying that talking about money doesn't make him a bad person. To him, money is a tool to live fully and explore new experiences. He believes financial freedom lets him shape his happiness and pursue ventures others can't imagine. This outlook drives his unconventional financial choices.
Floyd, you seem really comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. We can't feed our family just saying I love you. Money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences.
Mayweather admitted that his business strategy often involves high-risk decisions. He explained that he prefers making money and investing in ventures people don't even understand. According to him, this approach brings innovation but also failure. He acknowledged that 90% of the time, these investments lead to bad outcomes, reflecting his mindset as a gambler in the business world, someone who bets big in hopes of a rare, massive payoff.
Bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me. And it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing. I've gotten great results because I took my time.
Mayweather openly displays his belief in wealth as a symbol of success. In videos and social media posts, he often shows massive bank deposits and cash stacks. For him, flaunting money isn't just flexing, it represents how far he's come. However, critics like Sharpe see it differently, questioning whether this focus on showcasing wealth distracts from smart financial management.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. I need everybody. That girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
Sharpe didn't stop at criticizing the scam incident. He also questioned Mayweather's continued use of exhibition fights. He argued that Mayweather only sells pay-per-view because fans want to see him lose. According to Sharpe, these fights aren't real boxing matches anymore, they resemble WWE-style entertainment. This comparison wasn't just about the showmanship, but about Mayweather's fading legacy being sold off for profit.
He could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view
Right.
to watch him box something.
And so the lure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that we. Man, a YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't?
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point, there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0. And that's the allure of this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way.
No, they-
So he doesn't see, like, you know, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
What?
oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like WWE.
Sharpe continued his critique by pointing to Mayweather's exhibition bout with Logan Paul, calling it undignified for a boxing legend. According to Sharpe, Mayweather shows no shame in joining such fights purely for money. This raises questions about legacy and respect. Why would someone at the peak of greatness diminish it for cash grabs? For Sharpe, the answer is clear. Mayweather is prioritizing money over honor.
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
Dude.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah. Get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
Well, we get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
then.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first.
Yeah.
I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back? I looked at James Johnson.
Okay, but it's not Jake. It's the older brother.
I want somebody.
Somebody?
Brandon Marshall, our first things first, Brandon Marshall. But I'm gonna tell you who good with their hands and you might not know, Curtis Martin.
So what?
And we want our get back. That's what. So what?
So you want Curtis Martin to fight Jake Paul?
I
now?
want him to fight something. We go get our get back. Y'all nothing to have bragging
Well,
rights.
this isn't even a fight.
Nope.
This is an exhibition.
No, I know what happens.
How low can you
No,
go?
Kim, I know you over there. You're like, yeah, we got him. You know, no. We go get our get back. This for the culture. We gotta represent. Money represent.
Represent?
Yep, lump him up.
You represented against Conor McGregor, and it was a worthy fight.
That's
It
okay,
was
we'll get
actually
it.
a battle.
We gonna lump him up. Yeah, we gonna lump him up.
As Mayweather shifts his focus to real estate, his bold claims have drawn skepticism. He recently stated he purchased 1,000 units across 62 buildings in New York, but property records show no change in ownership. Groups like the NYC Housing Partnership also haven't been notified of any sales. Now, the real estate world is questioning whether Mayweather's claims are exaggerated.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, we all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units, consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr., not too shabby. V for victory.
In trying to verify Mayweather's property deals, reporters faced more confusion. A representative from his business ventures claimed the acquisitions were real but refused to go on record. The call also included a man who identified himself as James McNair, but his voice didn't match previous recordings. This strange communication has only deepened suspicions about the authenticity of Mayweather's real estate portfolio.
What's the point of buying 62 buildings? You buy a couple.
No, 62 units, I think, right?
No, 62 units could be one building.
Yeah, it could be.
They got buildings with 90 units and
Yeah, it's
100
true.
and some units.
He has 62 multi-family units. That's what it says. So that's 62 buildings. Like you just said, it's probably
So
62
think about
buildings.
it.
Yeah.
If he has that, some of the buildings might not be in the best condition.
Right.
So knock it down and build, or knock, if they're side by side, knock both of them down. Don't renew rents. Let them move out and then build a skyscraper.
Right.
Or if he makes commercial properties out of some of those.
That's what I'm saying.
The man claiming to speak for Mayweather said Floyd's passion for real estate stemmed from his upbringing in affordable housing, which drew him to rent regulated properties. He found the idea of making money while giving back to the community appealing, and once that concept clicked, he reportedly wanted to buy it all. While this emotional connection is meaningful, critics question whether it's being used to justify vague or false business claims.
He's collecting rent, hustlers. You know how much rent that is? And guess what? I don't know his paperwork, but obviously if you spent that much in real estate, it looks like he spent it in one shot. But even if he didn't, but usually he did. And if he dealt with the same person, you get a deal, right? So through these deals, he's making money. It's definitely an income situation. They're all apartments. It's not a commercial building. They're all apartment buildings, which are commercial, but they're apartments. So guess what? $402 million in real estate. Hey, he's $500 million in real estate just off apartments.
Mayweather's focus on real estate has intensified in recent years, but as he makes bolder claims, some industry experts suspect he may be exaggerating the size and scope of his holdings. While his goal may be to blend wealth with social good, unclear documentation and dramatic statements are raising doubts about the legitimacy of his portfolio. The public is now torn between admiration and suspicion.
Floyd ain't still out here doing big deals. Money Mayweather just inked a massive $402 million real estate deal in New York City, buying up 60 apartment buildings from Black Spruce Management, the equivalent of 1,000 apartment units. Now, Floyd said the goal is to be able to provide affordable housing to families that need it. Most of the units are located in Upper Manhattan. And he said that when he was a kid, his dream was just to be able to own a home, and that you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. Damn, Floyd just bought the block. I'm proud of Floyd. He's come a long way. This is a guy who was once seen burning money in a nightclub. He spent $17 million on a watch. Not to pocket watch him, but people looked at him for years like, yo, he wastes a lot of money. Does he ever give back? And now he's providing affordable housing? Damn, Money Mayweather's come a long way. This is a real good look. It shows evolution. It shows maturity. Not to mention, it's always great to see another person of color become a landlord in New York.
Long before these controversies, Mayweather built his empire by betting on himself. He famously placed a $750,000 bet on his own fight, a risky yet bold move that marked the start of his business journey. From there, he forged his financial path without traditional management. For many fans, this do-it-yourself strategy was inspiring, but it also came with the risks that are now surfacing.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know, it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up. So Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
Unlike most athletes, Mayweather never hired a manager. He negotiated and handled all his financial deals himself, giving him full control but also full responsibility. When it worked, it made him one of the richest athletes in history. However, without a professional team to guide him, mistakes like falling for a scam can have disastrous consequences. This independence is both his strength and his greatest risk.
Floyd, he's never had a manager as well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to as well, if he didn't have to cut a
It's not that he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's, can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him. And, but he does, everything goes through him, everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training wise, the man's a genius. And it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete. But I never trained like the top boys. I just thought, don't worry, because I love a row, and I love the fighting. Let's just turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, got Sting coming at my ass.
Mayweather often compares his time to the present era, saying building influence was harder when he was rising. Unlike today, where anyone can push a button and reach billions, he had to fight for every ounce of attention. He believes that effort is what makes his impact more real. However, critics argue that he's now relying on that old reputation while making choices that tarnish it.
Or Taylor Swift.
Probably Taylor Swift.
Yeah?
Taylor Swift didn't come up in the same era as me. But I don't know if Taylor Swift can be relevant. We almost 30 years.
I was around, but the Floyd effect, the Taylor Swift effect.
Yes.
Like, you both have maximized and pushed the envelope and really just set the bar for everybody else that's coming after you. You
But
know what
in
I'm saying?
today's time, there's different. You could push one button and 8 billion people can see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember how I got to the top, I had to grind, I had to wrap vehicles, take them across country with my face on it. I go a month straight doing interviews every day from morning to night to build myself.
Yeah.
So I come from nothing, but now push a button, push a button, push a button. And all you gotta do is sit back and watch. If I had a head start like these fighters nowadays, man, what? I have every belt in.
Floyd Mayweather has claimed he earns around $30 million a month, which adds up to billions a year, surpassing even Bill Gates. Despite retirement, Mayweather continues chasing money through exhibition matches. For many fans, the biggest possible payday would come from a rematch with Conor McGregor, a fight that would generate massive numbers and attention. But the question remains, would it be worth the final damage to his legacy? It's a question both fans and critics are watching closely.
Value in seeing it a second time. The first one wasn't bad, but the whole thing was this notion of suspense and unpredictability and what would it be? Well, you got to see what it was. He got marched down and beaten up.
Yeah, it seems like Floyd might realize within himself that that's the last giant money fight he can make. It would have to be as close to a real fight as possible. I mean, it's a Conor who can still throw his hands, although to your point, the brand is damaged and, you know, he needs a win badly in the UFC to revive that. But I wonder if Floyd at 45 is saying to himself, if I've got to fight one more time, a real fight, and that Logan fight was weird, and Floyd, I think, didn't expect to have to navigate it the way he did. I wonder if Floyd thinks this is it. But even that could be a trap fight for him, Luke, because of his age. You never know, okay? But to your point, it's hard to get amped up for it unless one or both of them is sort of riding a certain level of momentum.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned, and until next time.